Going into event 6, our last individual event, boys 15-18, 100 IM. Meet record 52-46 set in 2016 by Nick Wukovitz of Long Point. He now swims. Where is Nick swimming?
He's at Old Dominion.
Old Dominion. Heat 1, Lane 2, Hayden Krigo, Fort Johnson. Lane 3, Mark Condon, Fort Johnson. And Lane 4, John Michael Stagliano and Pine Forest. Looking at Abby Hassel on that previous heat, I know a tradition for the Coosall Creek Crocodiles is to get a ring pop if you drop time. And I'm pretty sure Abby Hassel got a ring pop on that one.
Whether or not she dropped time, I think she earned one. As we see, coming in through the halfway point, it looks like Mark Condon has your lead. His teammate Hayden Krigo running second.
Fort Johnson, lane 3, that's Mark Condon. Should have a big time drop here, entered with a 1:15. Touching the wall, unofficial time at about 1:11:43, unofficial time.
Nice. John Michael Stagliano finishing second, and Hayden Krigo rounding out that heat in third. Here comes heat 2. In lane 1, we'll have Seth Early from James Island. Again, these lane times go from the bottom of your screen to the top. Lane 2, William Powell is from Somerville Y. 3, Miller Johnson of Ashboro. Lane 4, Ross Corlett from James Island. And in 5, Parker Capps from Chamalon.
Let's get a few words from our 15-18 boys behind the blocks getting ready to swim. Got a hop call swimmer here. What is your name, first and last?
My name's Andrew Prevosti.
And you swim with hop call. What's your favorite part about Summer League swimming, Andrew?
I just like the camaraderie. It brings people together. It's a nice thing to do.
Good stuff. And what's your favorite part of the IM? What's your favorite stroke?
By far, backstroke.
Backstroke. Going to be strong in the backstroke. Good luck today, Andrew. Heat 2 here, turning at the backstroke. Everyone getting their underwater pullouts in. A lot of different styles of breaststroke, as I'm sure James and David talked about during that individual event.
Absolutely. Yeah, you see some of these swimmers going for the high tempo technique, like you see, let's see out there, that's Ross Corlett employing pretty high tempo. Others like to go long and smooth on their breaststroke. You'll see some swimmers going very high, some staying low as they can. As Corlett looks like he's gonna take this win easily here and set the new top time. The new standard to beat is 1:04:39 by Ross Corlett. Second from lane 3, Miller Johnson and William Powell finishing third. Here comes heat 3. In lane 1, Chris Pavlidis from Park Shore swam with his brother John at Academic Magnet back in the day. 2, Jean Weekly from Somerville Y. 3, Stephen Tanner, Chamalon. 4, Logan Geyer from Pine Forest. 5 is Peter Tarala from Dunes West. And in lane 6, Gavin Milligan, Country Club.
Viewers at home, if you'll notice on your screen those white parts of the lane line, those are your underwater markers. So speaking of USA swimming rules and then carrying down to the CCAA rules, swimmers may swim underwater to the white buoy that is furthest from the wall they push off. So you'll notice our backstrokers in lane 4 right there. That swimmer got the furthest, but still not all the way to the white marker, which is very difficult to do and not always the best plan. Running out of breath, and it's hard to stay really fast and tight on those kicks.
I tell kids to go until they start to feel themselves slow down. Some kids think just because they can go that far means they should. Not always the case.
Peter Tarala having a strong race out in lane 5. He's a really solid breaststroker, so I'm not sure if anyone's going to catch him at this point, James.
It's funny you mentioned the lines in the pool. We talked earlier about rules being kind of, every time they make a rule, somebody abuses it, and then they have to make a new rule. There's Peter Tarala with our first sub-minute time of the day, 59.64 for him. I'm sure he'll be happy. Big draw for Peter.
About to start heat 4 of 7, getting down here to the end.
4 in lane 1, we'll have Noah Boykin, Newington. 2, Bobby Watts from Park Shore. 3, Christopher Hills from Dunes West. 4, Carl Shoemaker from Crowfield. 5 is Nathaniel Ford from Country Club. And in 6, Andrew Prevosti from Hobcall.
See if I have time for one more interview here. These young men getting ready for their 100 IM. Got a Northbridge swimmer. What is your name, first and last?
Zachary Moody.
Zachary, I know you usually excel at the distance events, but the 100 IM is about as distance as you get in the city meet. How do you like this race? One of your favorites?
It is one of my favorites, you know, because it's just sort of an all-out sprint with all the strokes. And because I have the back half, you know, I'm breaststroker too, I can always come home on people.
Good job. Good luck today, Zachary. Back to James on this breaststroke leg here.
Think Park Shore, that's Bobby Watts with your lead. But Boykin and Hills are giving him a good race. It looks like Hills is taking over the lead on freestyle. And it will be Christopher Hills, 1:00:01, just missing under that minute barrier. Peter Turala still holding on to your fastest time from Heat 3. Here comes Heat 5. In lane 1, Davis Wukovitz from Long Point. In 2, Connor Westbrook from Coosaw Creek. 3, Josh Adams from Northbridge. 4, Charles Blanc from Sea Farm. 5, Toby Lima from Newington. And 6, Jefferson Taylor from Shadow Moss.
Talked about Josh Adams earlier, big brother Matthew Adams, very talented swimmer, and big sister Jasmine, very good swimmer. It's a swimming family with the Adams.
See a good tempo there from Josh on his butterfly, but it looks like that is Charles Blanc with the lead.
Charles Blanc, sometime going by Chuck at practice. Sometimes your arms hit each other when you train in swimming, and his teammates would call it getting chucked.
Yeah, Chuck does not look like one of the kids you'd want to run into during a butterfly practice.
Really general with any 15, 18 guy swimmer. Y'all tend to hog the lane.
And Blanc continuing to hold on to your lead, but it looks like that's Connor Westbrook, your breaststroke winner, taking advantage of his primary stroke. And it's Westbrook with your lead. Chuck Blanc in second. And the battle for third is between the younger brothers, Josh Adams and Davis Wukovitz. 57:41 is the time for Connor Westbrook to take that win, followed by Charles Blanc. Third place went to, let's see, that was Josh Adams, and Wukovitz just missing the 1 minute barrier. Here comes Heat 6 in lane 1. Nolan Griffith, Daniel Island. 2, Widman Woodhall from Hobcaw. 3, Chad Waldrop from Shadow Moss. 4, Zach Moody from Northbridge Terrace. 5, Mason Dupree, Coosaw. And 6, Ethan Williams, Legend Oaks.
Interesting thing about this age group 15-18, that's a 4-year time. So swimmers have 4 years in this age group. I know in our next heat, Noah Davey looked very disappointed after his breaststroke second place. Probably shouldn't be too disappointed. He's just 15 years old. He's got some time to take that title back.
Absolutely, especially because in the CCA with the 2 years per age group, you kind of get into like an on year and an off year. When you're 10, you're winning. When you're 11, you take a step back. 12, you're winning again. But the 15-18 is, you're swimming kids that have been older. You've never raced before. They're 17, 18 years old.
And especially with young men, 15 to 18 is a big difference in strength.
Oh, absolutely. As we see another tight heat, it looks like, lane 5. Yep, lane 5. Mason Dupree just out touching Zach Moody. In third in that heat was Chad Waldrop. As we get ready for our final individual race of the day, lane 1, Noah Davey from Sea Farm. Lane 2, Matt Agostinelli from Crowfield. 2, Connor Campbell, Legend Oaks. 4 is Addie Lawrencell from Daniel Island. 5, Ryan Pitts from Long Point. And in 6, Daniel Grimes, Ashboro.
Final individual race of the meet, James. Can you believe it?
I can believe it. I wish it wasn't, though.
It'll be nice to feel some air conditioning later today.
Well, I'll be hopping in a car and driving 9.5 hours back to West Virginia. So.
Better you than the rest of us. And here we go. In the middle of the pool, Connor Campbell, 2 wins in his pocket today.
And
It's Campbell at 24.74.
Who are the breaststrokers in this group? Looking for Noah Davey to maybe make a move, and he's really working hard up there in lane 1 to move into contention here. But I think Connor Campbell may just be too far ahead. We'll see.
Yep, this one's going to be Connor Campbell here, folks. His third win of the day, the record held by Nick Wukovitz, 52.46. He's going to be off of that, but he wins in 53.27. Third win, not a third record today, but a big swim there for Connor Campbell. Second there went to Matt Agostinelli. and Addie Lawrencell was third.